welcome to your reading where we will be answering the question, what impact do you have on others? I meditated and we will also pull some tarot. So let's go ahead and jump into the downloads that we have for your pile one. So I got for you the image of a white picket fence with roses. I also heard in relation to this picture perfect and then survivalist, and then I heard bunker. And this was in regards to like your level, the level that you're on. Okay, I got that you are like a spaceship. You are in outer space for one, but you help others move from world to world, planet to planet. You help people recover quickly. I heard Speedy Gonzalez and American Troop, and I heard too Footprint. You leave a myth in the wake of you. You are like a deep jungle guide to outsiders. You show the intricacies to something exotic or unknown or undiscovered by others. You have a map and you contain wisdom. I heard you save lives. And I got the image of a guy driving a truck through like African grasslands, and there was a sense of danger. You have a skill, possess knowledge or an ability, or otherwise you have a reflex that allows others to safely explore, learn, and expand. So pile one, that is the messages we have from meditation. Let's go ahead and jump into your cards. What impact do you have on others? 202 on my timer as I say this. I didn't mention earlier, but I chose the Amazonite crystal for your pile one. And I just happened to interact with this crystal myself earlier, and it has, I remember, a connection to psychic abilities, clairvoyance, clear-sightedness. Let me actually pull out that resource again. Okay, so we have the chakras associated with Amazonite are heart and throat. The zodiac is Virgo. You don't have to be a Virgo. That's just an energy that's coming through on like the impact that you have on others. I'm getting like you have a cleansing quality to you. The healing qualities though that this crystal carries is it inspires truth, sincerity, self-love, communication, eloquence, integrity, trust, honor, clairvoyance, clarity, prophecy, and psychic vision. Okay, let's jump into the cards and see what tarot has to say. How you impact others. First of all, I want to say it is it's coming through to me right now. Sorry you guys to break up like my shuffle. It's coming through to me right now though that it's like a life purpose of yours, in particular pile one, to impact others. Okay, as I was having a download a moment ago, I was seeing 323 on my timer, which is my birthday, and like your birthday is a particular sort of angel number that deals with basically your life path, your life purpose. Okay, jumping into our cards now. 404 on my timer. As I was shuffling there, I got the image of someone being like someone on like a spaceship, and then in like a health, like a hospital room in a spaceship, but it's not that they were like doing experiments. I was getting like you were the doctor on this ship, like helping. It seemed like a human, honestly, and you were an alien, and it's like you were helping them heal. And I heard for your pile one that you have extraordinary healing capabilities. Okay, and I'm getting like you may literally heal others' physicality. Okay, like you may literally heal people's bodies. And you definitely heal hearts and also minds. You mend hearts, you mend minds. You mend bodies. Like physical injuries though, you have the capacity to literally heal. I was hearing too, man overboard, and I was getting the image of like an astronaut drifting accidentally away from their ship in space, and I got to the image of like an attack scene off the movie Anaconda. But I heard too, like, crisis averted. Like, you help people steer clear of crisis, or you save people from crisis. And you do this on like every level. So you've done this on mental levels, you've done it on physical levels, you've done it on emotional levels. You even do it on spiritual levels. I just heard spirits too, and I'm getting like, you keep spirits high, yes, but I was also getting literally like alcohol. And I think even if you're not a drinker, it was just coming through like, you show people how to have a good time despite, I'm getting like the image of like after a action-packed crisis movie where like they went on an adventure but they faced a lot of like of turmoil, and it's like at the end they're all disheveled and dirty and exhausted and worn out, and they might be like sharing a laugh over a drink or a cigarette. It's like that. Like, you show people how to, in all, like, even weary or even in the exhaustion, how to, even in crisis, how to have a good time, how to cut loose. I keep hearing cut loose. It's like you show people, I'm getting specifically like how to let go of their worries. It's like you face so many big worries so often, or you did at one point, that it's like, when it's like, I'm getting the image of you like driving like the safari truck around, and these wild cats, you're like just walking up and petting them as you are, guiding people around. And it's like other people, I don't know, it's just you know how to approach things, and also you have the right psychology, and it's like other people may not know how to approach it in the way you do, and also their psychology may be different than you, and it's like those things paired together make you really sturdy. I'm hearing your psychology and your approach to things, the way you think about things is so gentle despite like the jaggedness of what you've faced, I'm hearing. So that's like your psychology, and then your approach is also very gentle. I'm getting in my mind's eye like the strength card. You possess a great deal of inner strength. And I keep hearing like an Aussie accent. 819 on my timer as I hear that. 819. And I kept hearing the bush. We pull for you, Pile One, the magician. And I'm hearing like you show people what they're capable of. You show people what they're made of. You show people they're made of more than what they like realize, what they anticipate, what they apply. I'm hearing too, like, you show people you're made of what you make yourself. Like, I just keep hearing like you're made of what you make it. You're made of what you make it. And it's like people may wait to be made into something, but you realize, 909 on my timer as I say this, you realize that you're more like a dough waiting to be made into something. But the dough makes itself. It's like a dough that makes itself. I'm just getting like, the dough needs us to shape it and all that because it isn't sentient. And we're like sentient dough. And sentient dough doesn't sit around and wait for something else to shape it. It gets up and it shapes itself. That's, I wanted to say a strange analogy, but that's just how it's coming through. Something, too, that's coming through for how you impact people is you may impact people in unexpected ways. And what I mean by that is like, people may think one thing about you based on your looks, and then you show, like, I'm getting like what they may think is they may oversimplify like your ability or your capacity or something, but I'm getting like your ability, what you're capable of. And it's because I'm getting like your presentation might be simpler than the complexities of you. Okay, I'm getting like, you know, the guy that's saving people on like this safari jeep that I keep imagining, he's just wearing like jeans and a button-up shirt. Okay, or not jeans, but like khaki shorts and like a button-up shirt, like just shirt and shorts. And like they're basically like the extravagance of you isn't necessarily displayed on the outside, even if your clothing is maybe fitted to what you do. 11:11 on my timer as I say this, but I was gonna say your pile one is very like connected to nature. Okay, it's like you're someone that like animals and insects even seem to speak to. People meet you like and it has some crossroads to do with opportunity, like meeting you is a great opportunity, or you bring people to great opportunity. That's coming through with this Magician card. I'm just hearing when people meet you, they are in the right place at the right time, and people that are with you are always in the right place at the right time. 11:55 on my timer, but I was just going to say, I was taking notice to that little slot machine, like, fidget toy back there. It's like a little squeezer thing. I can't think of the name for it right now. But, it says 777 on it. And when I was taking notice of that, I heard Lady Luck. 12:21 on my timer as I say this, and it's like, people feel like, you know, I'm getting like, I can't think of the name. It's like a tiger pet. It's like a tiger taming entertainment show in Las Vegas. Roy and something, I think. Is it Siegfried and Roy? You know, people feel like you live on the edge, or that you're gambling with life, essentially. But it's like, you just live so close to nature, and you're so close to instincts, and so close to like your intuition and your gut. It makes people look like you're working magic or miracles, and also like doing, I just hear insanity, tricks of the eyes. Like, some people think that the feats that you've accomplished are like unbelievable in a good way. And I just heard Evel Knievel. You know, people think that you're like a bit of a daredevil too because of things that you've gotten into. And I was just getting the images of like a field hospital nurse and to like a BMX bike, like a race track. And it's like, I got the image of you all bandaged up after like doing a bunch of crazy stunts, and now you're like nurturing yourself back to health. And it's like, you show people how to, I'm hearing, live on the wild side, but also how to be soft and take it easy on yourself, how to take care of yourself. Like, I'm just hearing like you have a huge heart, a heart of a lion, and the ferocity of a lion. Yeah. I'm hearing too, people find you to be like really lovable. And I just heard big teddy bear. If you are single, people are wondering how. And I'm just hearing, if you're single too, people are saying it's only a matter of time. You show people that life is something to live, and that life is worth living. I'm getting to, you show them how to be courageous and how to stand up for what they believe in. you show people how to, like, I'm seeing someone stand up and, like, voice an opinion that may be a difficult opinion, and it's, like, in a bar, and it's, like, a tiki bar, and, it's, like, something wrong is happening in the gist of the party that's going on, and, like, you stand up to say something, and it silences the party, and it's, like, it took a lot of courage to do that, and you do the thing that takes a lot of courage, and you have, like, a, you know, like, a roar to you. You know, I'm getting, like I told you earlier, you show people that life is something that you live, and it's something that's worth living, and it's not just that. I'm getting, like, you even show people that life is worth something, like, life is worth fighting for. You fight to live. That's what I'm getting. You show people that, like, there's fights that they want to have in life, and, like, that's their life to live. I just heard you show them how to get the meat off the bone. I'm getting to, you show people how to react, like, with no time or little time, or no or little preparation. I just heard to, thrown to the wolves. You're someone who gets attention of, like, the attention of others, and people admire your, like, strength. And I'm getting, like, I'm getting the image of biceps, and I'm feeling like your strength, honestly, it shows on the outside of you. You're someone who should be proud of yourself if you're not, but I'm getting a sense that you probably do have some amount of self-pride. You show people how to be proud of themselves. I think people feel a lot of shame when it comes to pride. So many equate it to just being egotistical. You show them, you know, the difference to that statement, a difference, truth to that statement. That pride can be healthy. 1717 on my timer as I say that, and I pulled for us the goldfish charm here. It's reminding me of this goldfish that I saw in a video recently, like a world, it was like an animal show thing, but they were doing like a fish show and like grading the fish, obviously. I don't know what it was called though, and they were like rating them, and so many of the goldfish looked like they have dropsy, which is like a medical condition that can happen. It's like a bad medical condition, like it's bad for them. And that fish that charm looks like it has dropsy, and you know, it's like reminding me the impact you have on people is, I'm just hearing like you make, I don't know why it's coming through like this. I was hearing couch potato at first, and then I just heard you make couch potatoes want to be french fries. It's like you make people want to live differently, but what they're seeing is like a amped up version of themselves. You know, where they're like oiled up and they're salted and they're fried. Instead of just being a potato. You know, I'm hearing like you inspire people to like get up, get on their feet and get moving, and like just get out there. To put themselves out there too. I was getting to, I don't know if I mentioned this, but earlier in meditation, an owl was coming through. Not a specific owl, but just owls in general was coming through as like a spirit animal for you at the moment, or like a messenger. 1919 on my timer as I say that. I wanted to close off your messages there for today, Pile 1. If you enjoyed that or it resonated on any level, don't forget to leave a like and your thoughts in the comments below. If you're a little shy or you don't know what to say, you can leave any space or nighttime themed emojis in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe so I can see you on the next one. Bye for now. Hello Pile 2, and welcome to your reading where we will be answering the question, what impact do you have on others? I chose for your pile the rose quartz crystal. I did a meditation for you guys, and we'll also pull some tarot cards. Let's jump into the downloads first, though. Sweet as can be and sweet as candy. And I got the image of cotton candy dissolving or disappearing, and I heard, and just like that, it's gone. I just heard Sex and the City 2. I'm pretty sure, I've never seen like a single episode of that, but someone told me before that oftentimes on the episodes, I don't know if this is true, you guys, I haven't seen it, but I just got, I heard, and just like that. I don't know if Sarah Jessica Parker literally says that on the show or something, but people want you all the time, and it seems like they want you actually more time than it seems that you're available. I heard hot commodity, flying off the shelves. I just heard too, get your blah 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 here, and it's like a paper boy. And in demand, and I heard supply and demand. You teach people what respect is, you have respect for others and yourself, and you show people how to have respect for themselves and others too. You've learned lessons in love, hard lessons, but you've stayed soft, and you teach others and yourself too how to soften through trauma. I heard the song for your pile, What Do You Get When You Fall in Love, by, I think it's pronounced Dionne. I don't know why, but I was totally thinking it was Diane Warwick, but I think it's Dionne Warwick. And I was channeling for you too, a white dove as like a spiritual, like a spirit animal or a messenger. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into your tarot now. 232 on my timer as I say this. You know, I was singing What Do You Get When You Fall in Love? And I was seeing in my mind's eye like Dumb and Dumber. And like, but specifically off that movie, the romantic through line. And I was getting like any kind of comedy where like the romance thread, that you have that vibe to you, pal, too. It's like, you know, you make people fall in love because you're so goofy and like sweet and soft-hearted and big-hearted, but goofy. Okay, I'm getting ENFP as a Myers-Briggs personality type. But you know, the Jim Carrey sort of vibe essentially is what's coming through. He might actually be an ENFP, but I was getting the image too of like a picnic, and it's like, you're okay with putting yourself out there because you just make light of mistakes. Yeah, you're really, really witty, and I'm hearing like you think and act on your feet. Okay, these cards kind of like flew out while I was talking there. Ace of Swords, Two of Swords. You have like an intellect that crowns all, and I'm hearing like you might be like a hopeless romantic too. You know, Harry in that movie is like hopelessly, he's like, you know, the whole movie, he goes across country and gets into all these shenanigans over a girl who barely talks to him on like a 5-minute drive that he's doing for her as like a worker. And it's like, I'm getting like people that you may have like minimal interaction with, you can fall in love with, and people that have minimal interaction with you can fall in love with you too. I'm hearing too about your energy. Like I specifically keep seeing like the scene where they're like dressed up in the suits, the blue and orange suits, and they're like cleaned up, but like even like how they cleaned up was really goofy. And I keep hearing, or I keep saying to myself, what do you get when you fall in love? And it's like, you're okay with like playing around in life and like seeing what happens, taking a risk, as they say, because to you it's just like you're playing. And yeah, it's like you play and you put yourself out there, and you're really goofy. And I keep hearing cheeky. Ornery too is another word I'm hearing.
like, I'm getting the image of someone that's like Fisher reeling in someone like on the dance floor, like very seriously, very, it's like you joke in a way. You joke in a way that people are like, are you serious right now? I can't tell if you're serious right now. And then it's like, if you're joking, this is funny. And then if you're not joking, this is funny. I just saw too. Oh my gosh. I just saw too, like, I don't know why. It seems like the universe is just like, it's like you're in on the cosmic joke or something, and you're sharing a laugh with the universe. But it's like, it's making me laugh so much, and it made me have chills. But it's like I got the image of someone that is like angry, and then they had food in their teeth, and it's like you can't even be mad, or people can't see you as mad because I don't know. It's like, without failure, you always present as goofy somehow. Like, even when you're not trying. But that keeps coming through with, like, the Dumb and Dumber. You know, they're not trying at all in that movie. Like, the sequence where they're, like, getting cleaned up. And, like, that's a funny sequence. Like, in an extreme sequence. And it's on the edge of satire. Like, your seriousness is on the edge of satire. And people, oh my gosh. It makes people's hearts overflow, honestly. And I'm getting, like, stomachs and cheeks hurt because of you. I just heard, like, you come in clutch for others. And I was specifically getting the image of someone going underwater in the ocean and, like, getting water in their nose and in their sinuses in, like, an unpleasant way. And then you, like, dragged them to shore. But you're, like, super chill about it. And it's reminding me of about, you know, in the movie Dumb and Dumber. Sorry to keep referencing that, but it just keeps coming through. You know, it's almost an accident, really, that he gets the suitcase back to her, and he doesn't really even know what he's getting back to her. It's like, you may pull off, like, people think that you're, like, unaware of the feats that you do, and you may do more than you are unaware of, because that's definitely how it's appearing. And, like, you know, you do stuff, and yes, you make it look easy, but you also make it seem like it was just nothing even. Not just easy, but nothing. It's like you don't know. You may have done, I'm getting to, it's like you saved them, but it's like you had, like, a funny reason for why you saved their life, and you didn't realize that you were saving their life, is, like, the sort of situation that it is. I just, got the character, I think it's Cal off Talladega Nights, like the number 2, the best friend. And it's like your energy's coming through in that way of, like, you support people in their winning season. You help people get their wins. It was coming through to me originally too, as, like, you helping people win in a game. You helping them get past a level, or, like, getting something that helps them get past a level. I pulled the Fool for your pile 2, and we had 9:19 on the timer as I say that. I was hearing, like, you help people toughen up in the right ways. And when I heard that, I was getting the image of, like, bare feet running through grass and then on gravel. And I was like, you help people toughen up in ways that allow them to play better, love better, live better. But you don't ask people, and you don't require people to toughen up just for the sake of toughening up, or just for the sake of being tough. You're a highly optimistic figure, someone that seems like you're made up of literally, like, sunshine and rainbows. And I heard sugar, spice, and everything nice. What people don't know is, like, your softness is an experiential, a learned wisdom. Okay, it comes from, like, just things that you've went through, things you've lived through. And that doesn't translate into your expression. So it goes missed by people that, it goes missed by most, it seems. You have an excitement about life and a confidence, and you show people how to live in these ways. You show people how to explore, how to begin new journeys, how to turn over a new leaf, I'm hearing, and how to have faith during it all. Like how to trust that everything's going to be okay. How to have faith instead of fear. I'm hearing, it's like wanting to go out at night. Like it's coming through like, as kids you may be more inclined to play at night without regard to anything. And it's like, as an adult, you may have more to think about the dangers of the night. And you may be less inclined then to play in the night. I forget why that was coming through like that. You essentially show people how to live without preconceived notion. You show people how to take a fresh step. I pulled this little angel charm here too. And I was getting from that, like, you are a literal earth angel. And I heard too, it's a song, but I don't know who sings it or what the title is. But it goes like, you are the wind beneath my wings. And I was getting like, you have been at least one person, their reason to live. It's like you have been one person's reason to live. If not more, but at least one, definitively. I'm feeling that in my heart. You just being there for people has made people like see reason for living. It's like, I pulled out this charm too. It's like a little heart locket. Your heart has been a safe space for so many, I'm hearing, and also the key to unlocking the lives of so many. You give people like fresh eyes and fresh hearts to bear witness to the world in a different way than before. And it comes after like they too have went through things, but it's shaped them differently than you. And you're like giving them soap to like wash their spirit clean. I'm like getting like a soul with bubbles all over it. And I'm hearing too, like, people feel like they've been rinsed spiritually after encountering you. I'm getting the image of people being like, I was hearing christened. I don't know if that's the word, but like, they were being dunked and like baptized in white gowns in a creek or a river. That song that goes, "You're the wind beneath my wings." There's a line that I kept hearing, but I didn't know the lyrics to it. And I think it goes, "Did you ever know that you're my hero?" It's like, there's people who, I mean, there's so many. I'm getting so many downloads right now about how you are a hero to so many. I pulled this cat charm too. I was feeling like you have very cat-like energy. And I was hearing specifically when I pulled that black cat. I was getting very like pointedly for you, especially with this card. I don't know why. It was coming through specifically with like the sparkles in the eyes. You help people overcome specifically traumas of the heart. You help them in many ways, but it's like you specifically help people overcome traumas of the heart. They may be like healed in other ways after encountering you, but you heal hearts so deeply, like in so profoundly and like in so many different ways and like on so many different levels than you even recognize very likely. Like, for example, you can even heal the heart of like a stranger in a passing moment. But you can heal someone through like years of spending time together too. So there's like different levels to it.
I just heard you put people at ease. And this is kind of funny, but I was hearing you're like a gentle staff sergeant. Like, you whip people into shape, but you do it gently. I just heard motion of the ocean. Like, there's a flow to it or a rhythm. With this Nine of Swords card coming out, I'm hearing like you help people wake up from nightmares. You help people wake up from bad dreams. I want to read a particular line from the guidebook on this Nine of Swords cards that I think is very like pertinent to you. It reads, "Worrying won't change the outcome of any situation. It only holds you captive and shields you from reality. In most cases, your worries are not based on truth. To end these thoughts, you will need to focus on the good rather than the bad. There's always a positive to find." You know, you're the person that people speak to find that positivity. And you also teach people that lesson, that worrying doesn't change anything. Focus on the positive. People want to be your friend. They want to work with you. And I believe this is so perfect coming out for you, pile 2. Queen and King of Swords. It's like you have mastered the ability to stay soft while sharing like your side of the coin. You don't take like defense, I'm hearing, in presenting yourself, even if there's like it would be natural to. Even if it would be natural to take defense, you may defend like your position, but you're not defensive. I think these Queen and King of Swords coming out is perfect, like in relating to gentle staff sergeant vibes that you have. It's like you show people that you don't have to win the war with like brute violence. You can stay soft in your maneuverings and remain intact. And you do this not just as an effort to remain whole, but on the other side of this, but to actually be in the position to overflow on the other side of this. You are someone who is fair, offers knowledge, and you do so while being soft. You have a very soft side, but you also have a very strong side. You have the ability to embody either of those things. You're someone who teaches people balance and harmony when it comes to relationships. And you show others how to not be swayed by the emotions and opinions of others. You show people how to stand firm, stand strong in the opinions of yours that are strong. Like, essentially, you know, a lot of people have strong opinions, but a lot of people are also so soft on, like, you know, they won't stand on the strength of those opinions when the time comes, but you have opened up the ability to embody both your softness and your strength. You're someone that others come to because they admire this about you. Your ability to give straightforward, unbiased advice. You're confident in your intelligence and your ability, and you show people how to be. It's funny, you know, like most people may say, like, are you led by logic or emotions? And it's like, you are guided by 3 things. You're led by intellect, you're led by your heart, and you're led by spirit or your intuition. And bottom of the deck energy, we have Knight of Swords. You know, I'm hearing like you teach people how to stay soft while staying ready. And pile 2, we're going to leave your message off there for today. If you enjoyed that or it resonated on any level, don't forget to leave a like, your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're a little shy or you don't know what to say, leave some candy or love emojis. And don't forget to subscribe so I can see you on the next one. Bye for now. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading where we will be answering the question, what impact do you have on others? I did a meditation for your pile and we'll also pull some tarot cards. Let's go ahead and jump into the downloads that I got. So I heard Disruptor and also Intergalactic by Beastie Boys. And I kept hearing actually specifically like the lines that were saying intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic. It's like you have a defiance about you to your doubters. You show people how to defy their doubters. You have a challenger persona, like you're seen as someone who challenges, and you have a confidence about you and a self assertion. I got in my mind's eye the Floor is Lava game, and you were running pillar to pillar, and I heard sunken ship sailing, pulled from the ocean floor, and setting forth again. It's like you show people how to get back up again, how to recuperate after hardships or loss, and how to build yourself back better than before. You show people how to stay calm and quote-unquote weather the storm. I got the image of a coconut tree, the coconut tree swaying, and that coconuts were made up of water and quote-unquote meat. Though it's minimal, it's the bare necessities. You show people how to make do, get by, survive, and dream even with bare minimal. I got the image of you building a raft on a desert island and sailing. And I heard can make something out of nothing, and he's lost his DAMN mind. You're a dreamer and you have a deep level of trust within yourself and with yourself. So that's all your messages from meditation. Let's jump into what the cards have to say for you now, Pile 3. I'm hearing like you show people how to deal with pressure points. You show people how to think of things acutely as well. I'm hearing to show the ropes. You show people the ropes. You have a standoff energy, like you show people and then you stand back. And we have coming out for you the Six of Cups. You show people like in a very dry way, like I don't get like you're trying, but you show people like how to think differently and that it's fun to do that. I'm getting the energy for sure of like you pulling people out of like the hamster wheel of life. And something about your life purpose is like very deep. Okay, I just heard like Moby Dick. It's like very deep and very long. Something about your life purpose. And I just heard too, there's like something classical about it. Like maybe it's of the times in some way. Of your time. Okay, I'm back after stepping away from the reading for just a moment because I had groceries delivered. I'm feeling inclined to share that with you for some reason. But as I was unpacking my groceries there, I got the download that you give others tough love and like you teach them through, like you connect with people through the heart and that's where you teach them. But it's like long, hard lessons. And there's like there's deep wisdom gained from these lessons. And it may take like a lot of time to get these lessons to like settle in or set into others. You make people stop and reconsider things. You make people think about things more deeply. And there's some sort of like classic element about your energy and like the way that it presents. Like it's like a classic piece of literature like Moby Dick. Something about you is just very classic. I just heard GQ. And Vanity Fair and Vogue. I'm getting too, you have like a scent that is like light blue or salty, or like evokes those sensations and feelings and emotions and thoughts in others. You have a spray that is like light blue or salty or something. I just heard Dolce & Gabbana and Acqua di Gio. And I got the image of like people floating on like a yacht out in like a really rather rocky bay. There's a ton of like ocean and boats and fishing, but just like boating imagery. And I was hearing rest and reprieve is what you are to others, and sanctuary and safe haven. And it's after like a very, like, you're the islands that people get to after they've thrashed for their survival for hundreds of like feet or yards or whatever to get to your shoreline. Like their boat capsized or something. Like they were in a survival scenario and they thrashed to get to you, and like the survival that you provide is like, it has calm, it has comfort, it has sustenance. Those are like what you offer. You offer stability too, stable ground. And you're also like hard to move off like the positions that you take. You've learned a lot and like you've experienced a lot. So like, you know how it's your like the strength to even like the foundation of you and how you're unmovable. It's like, you know, I'm getting like an island, how it's in my mind's eye like is an accumulated piece of earth. And that's sort of like how your strength is coming through. Like your strength has become fortified through like experiential wisdom. And, you know, usually islands usually come through as a symbol of like solitude. But for me, the island is coming through this time as a way to say like the depth of your strength and how you stand strong even when standing alone. It's like an island is fully self-contained. It has its own ecosystem going on, and like everything's surviving and thriving. Not just surviving, but thriving. Like all the little trees and the bugs and the birds and whatever else is like on this island. It's like everything, it's an earth upon itself. You're someone who shows other people respect and admiration, and people really show you that in return as well. And it's not just because you show it to them, but I'm saying like you see that as well for yourself. People really respect and admire you. I'm hearing like your respect and admiration comes a lot from others in the forms of silence, just because they don't know the words to say to connect to you really. Like you have such a sense of strength that every attempt like in mind to throw a rope over to you, like over to your heart, and like tell you how much you mean or how much what you've done means, it's like in the mind it seems like this rope isn't gonna make it, and it's so flimsy, it's not gonna hold tight, and it's not gonna hold the weight of the message. It's like people underestimate themselves in comparing themselves to you, and for some reason people just naturally do compare themselves to you. And it's like you may not hear basically how much you mean and how much what you do means to others, because people don't know. It's like, I don't know how else to say that. You're so amazing. People don't know how to communicate to you in a way that feels like it acknowledges you, all your amazingness, and all the effort that you put forth that they're trying to acknowledge. And like instead they just will feel this feeling of awe. You know, I'm hearing sublime. And it's like when something in nature is so terrifying it strikes awe. It's so huge or grand that it strikes awe. You know, like when you're standing before like a mountain
that's, you have that impact on others. They sit with a captivation and like the awe of you. I'm getting to like, you really make people think about you, but it's like when they're alone, people just mull over the thought of you. They try to get it like it's like thinking about you feels like watercolor, and they're trying to like get one stroke that's really potent, so they keep doing the stroke over and over again. But it's like instead they just dampen their paper, and they're like, oh my gosh, I need to actually, I guess, get a fresh hit of blah blah blah, because the image is all like, my paper got blurry and the paper torn from getting wet from me putting so many watercolor strokes on it. It's like the more people try to get a strong image of you, for some reason it's like the more what they know or seem to know dismantles. So it seems like, you know, it's interesting because you have this whole strength about you, but people feel like they may not actually know like where your strength comes from. Essentially, I'm getting the sense like people may not actually feel like they know your story or what makes you so strong, essentially. People reminisce about you a lot, and people think about you very fondly. Like when people are thinking back, I just heard harking upon. I'm not totally sure what that word means. It might be hearkening, actually. I'm not totally sure, but it's like when people are thinking about you, it's really fond. It might actually be so fond. I just heard, I love you so much it hurts. It's like, it might actually be so fond that it ends up getting like sad in a way, because they're like, they end up feeling like, you know, and all the happiness of the memories with you. So I'm getting like, there may be people that feel like disconnected from you, or just people in your life even feel like they can't get enough of you, or they want more of you. But it's like people reminisce to you, or have the capacity to reminisce about you until they're sad from missing you. People view you as like a very innocent and pure figure. Like, I'm hearing pure intentions and pure hearted, and you never set out to get anything from anyone is also coming through. It came through exactly like that. I just heard too, you're the type of person that would give another the shirt off your back and not ask for anything in return. And I'm also getting to like, this may be unexpected by others just because you don't necessarily have an outgoing energy is how it's coming off. I just heard too with this King of Pentacles card, it's like you like people who are provers and doers. You actually have, you know, people might think you're very serious, but you have like actually a very light heart, or you're lighthearted about things. Everything that you have though is like living proof of like hard work paying off, I'm hearing. I keep coming back to this like image of the boat, and like it keeps coming to me as well, so I just feel it's relevant to share. Like, it's your boat, and like I'm getting like the narrative on this is like you may have started out as like I'm hearing like a skipper, but like a ship hand, and or like a, you know, someone who just helps out, and someone who's learning the ropes yourself. But at this point, you're the captain, and you're not just the captain, you own the boat. And maybe captains always own the boat. I'm not totally sure. I don't think that's the case. Like captains of like cruise lines probably don't own the boats, but like fishermen, boats is what I was thinking about. And you own the boat. It's like you've been through a lot of adversity, I'm hearing, but like you've kept I keep hearing very like, they're phrases that would remind me of my uncle, who's a Sagittarius, but is sort of like a loner, like a lone wolf, and like lives a bachelor life, but like he'll pop in every now and then for like a really solid family moment. And I was gonna say though, through all this, all the adversity you faced, you've kept your head screwed on straight. That's what was coming through. And like, you like to see it in others that they do that too. You have like some element of like demand. You demand that out of others. It's like a level of respect for you. And I'm hearing like, you have some level of like authority to your energy. And a good part of it is like this demand to show up a certain way. And it's like, really, people may think like you're serious, you're this, you're that. And it's like all these things that are like negative connotations. And that's a really shallow interpretation. But the next level is people may be thinking, well, he just wants respect. And like, that's true. But really, you're asking people to respect you by respecting themselves. I just got the image of a deep sea anchor in my mind. And, you know, it's like you make people, stuff that you say clicks with people later. And, like, I'm hearing, like, them go, ah. Like, things click later that you said. It takes time. There's a lot of element of, like, time. Like, you may be really ahead of your time or, like, making points alone a lot of time. And I'm getting, like, you may spend a lot of alone time. And it's because you don't share, like, a frequency, a wavelength, I'm hearing, with that many others. I'm getting an image of, though, an octopus and, like, how adaptable it is and, like, how octopus that get on boats will, like, squeeze through a seam in the boat to get out. And it's like, you will transform and adapt and you're, like, highly wise and, like, you know, I think octopi is octopi, right? But, them looking like this little ball of squishy something, and then they have like the capability that they do and the intellect that they do, like they're like higher, you know, alien life forms. Really. And it's like, I'm getting like, that's you, honestly, how you contain more like ability. And it's like, I'm just hearing people may look at you in your human form and they can say you're average because of you're human. And I just heard average Joes. And I think actually I just watched Dodgeball earlier, and I think one of the Dodgeball teams on that movie is Average Joes. And I'm hearing the guy on there say dodge, dip, weave, blah blah blah, when he's training them to dodge dodgeballs with the wrenches. And that's coming through so perfectly for your pile. And I picked out this pineapple charm. I don't think I've ever pulled that, so that's really cool. And I heard whenever I picked that up, I heard vitamin C and scurvy, you know, and it's pulling me back to, like, you know, that was probably a hard lesson that early explorers or people that were on ships learned, was that you got to have vitamin C with you or you'll get scurvy. I think that's what causes it. And it's like, you come to very pointed life lessons like that, and life lessons that were like really hard. You like dispense knowledge to people about those things, and it may take like a really long time for them to click with people what it is that you're trying to show them, because you show people like new worlds is what I'm hearing. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, I just got like, if an alien was like going to like Galileo and then Aristotle, and he was like touching them with like a magical finger and like gracing them with all the intellect that they have, you know. And at their times, it was like, this was like explosive knowledge. It's still explosive knowledge today, but like at their times, like where it was like pre them and then it was them and they were meeting the pre them time. It's like today you are meeting 2020 on my timer as I say this. 2020 may have been I'm hearing like a trigger, and I was hearing a chigger. It may have been like a band-aid of a rip-off year for you, but it's something that turned the wheel of fate for you in your favor, I'm hearing. And your health may have changed for the better after that time as well, I'm getting. Okay, I'm going to pull one more message from the fishbowl, and then... Oh, I wasn't actually pulling from the fishbowl. I was just pulling charms. Maybe I should pull from the fishbowl. I'll pull one more message, and we'll do it from the fishbowl, and then we will close your reading out today, Pile 3. The message that we get from the fishbowl is sacred geometry. And when I read this off, I got in my mind's eye the image of a compass, like a ship compass, a sailing compass, I guess. And I heard North Star. You show people the way. And you even, I'm hearing, show people how to make maps. But Pile 3, we're going to leave your message off there for today. If that resonated, don't forget to leave a like and your thoughts in the comments below. If you're a little shy or you don't know what to say, you can leave any outdoors or nature themed emojis. And don't forget to subscribe so I can see you on the next one. Bye for now.